There was a document dumped by the Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee. The House sent out hundreds of pages, and we're learning more about perhaps the deep state at the Department of Justice and at the FBI. Because in this document dump, they admitted that the FBI was ordered, Lisa Page, remember her, the FBI attorney, she admitted the FBI was ordered by the Barack Obama Department of Justice not to consider charging Hillary Clinton for gross negligence in handling intelligence, which is classified. Remember, in an early draft of what James Comey was, he was accusing Hillary Clinton of being grossly negligent. Well, gross negligence can be punished with prison time, but they changed it to extremely careless. And Page testified that there was conversations between the Department of Justice and the FBI about how to get her off the hook, essentially.
Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee, they released transcripts, hundreds of pages of these transcripts from that hearing with the Judiciary Committee. And this is what one of them said, to your point, when she was ordered not to charge Hillary Clinton. She says, "We had multiple conversations with the Justice Department about bringing a gross negligence charge. And that's, as I said, the advice that we got from the department was that they did not think that it was constitutionally vague and not sustainable." Then Congressman Ratcliffe says, when you say advice you got from the department, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors and we're telling you we're not going to. And she says, that's correct.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is from Congressman Collins, who actually was on the radio with me and says, in 45 minutes, I'm going to release more transcripts. If you like last week's, this is Lisa Page Day. So we found out Lisa Page is going to release all this, and it's, you talk about, it's about 350 pages. Now, the big question for me was, what's about this insurance policy that we discussed in Andy's office? Andy McCabe doesn't seem to remember in his book tour what they discussed with an insurance policy as relates to the presidency of the United States. Now, if I'm to believe Lisa Page in what she says, and if I'm to understand the summary in which I read, it is essentially Lisa Page is saying Crossfire Hurricane was an investigation into a possible Russian infiltration into the Trump campaign. They say, being that we didn't think he was going to win, we could take our time. But in the event that you die because you're 40, before you're 40, we have an insurance policy where I guess it's an accelerated investigation into something that they admit in this copy and in this cross-examination they knew very little about.
The scary thing is just the fact that this essentially lays bare, it sounds like there was a deep state. We've heard about that for a while, but think about this. There's this FBI investigation looking into things, but it's the Department of Justice. It's Barack Obama's Department of Justice telling the FBI not to charge her, which, you know, the way the Department of Justice is who decides anyway. It's the FBI that just does the investigating.
Here's Doug Collins.
The president has been unfairly attacked from the moment he was elected in November 2016 on many fronts. And now we're beginning just to see the vast scope of what most of us knew, that Ms. Clinton was treated completely differently than what we ended up seeing President Trump being treated. And that's just wrong. This just shows that there's a two-tier system, and we're going to say we're going to get this out, and we're going to put it in ways that people can easily understand, not a large dump, but we're going to take it methodically as we go, as we get them cleared, and we're going to get them out to the American people.
The big question is, how high up did it go? And that is ultimately what everybody wants to know.
And when that Mueller probe, John Roberts reporting yesterday, the word is it's coming out this week. He says, I don't necessarily believe it, but there's a lot of noise about it coming out.
Learning more tonight about what the Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge tells us in sworn testimony on Capitol Hill, one of the insiders told lawmakers what she was told.
During closed-door testimony last summer, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page said the Obama administration's Justice Department advised the FBI not to pursue the gross negligence statute for Hillary Clinton in the mishandling of classified information. Former U.S. Attorney and House Republican John Ratcliffe led the line of questioning about the statute, known as 18 U.S.C. 793. Ratcliffe, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors. Page interrupted. That is correct. Page's testimony appears to conflict with then FBI Director James Comey's recommendation in July 2016 against criminal charges for Clinton.
What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
The Republican-led House Oversight and Judiciary Committee investigation ended in January. With Democrats now in control, the committee's new ranking Republican made the Page transcript public.
The transcript releases show an inherent two-tier system, one in which Hillary Clinton gets the treatment that she got, where there was actually at first concern that they were going to charge her, and then with Loretta Lynch in charge before she recused herself, made it very clear that that was not going to happen.
The tip-off came from a chart drawn up by federal investigators assigned to the Clinton case known as mid-year exam. Fox News has confirmed that the chart listed possible federal statutes for prosecution. Next to gross negligence was a notation, quote, DOJ not willing to charge this. Only known cases are military. Cases when accused lost the information. In response to the Page revelations, the president tweeted the transcripts, quote, make the Obama Justice Department look exactly like it was, a broken and corrupt machine.
The Page transcript also confirms Fox's earlier reporting. The Page testified Russia collusion was still unproven when Special Counsel Robert Mueller was appointed. Brett?
Catherine, thank you.
Transcript review by Fox News shows that during her recent closed-door interview on Capitol Hill, Page testified that collusion was still unknown 9 months into the FBI's Russia case when the special counsel Robert Mueller was appointed. Quote, I think this represents that even as far as May 2017, she said, we still couldn't answer the question. Page stopped mid-answer and then continued. Sorry, can I consult with counsel? I'm sorry, I need to consult with FBI counsel for a moment. Page did not answer questions from Fox News or other reporters heading into that deposition. During the session, Page was pressed on a May 2017 text with FBI agent Peter Strzok, where they debated the merits of joining the special counsel team. Strzok said he was concerned there was no, quote, big there. Neither Strzok nor Page have responded to our requests for fresh comments on that deposition, Sandra.
Catherine, and now their texts about Comey's firing are under new scrutiny?
Well, this is important, and I'm going to try and make it simple so it's easy to understand. 2 hours after Director Comey's termination became public on May 9th, 2017, there was a series of urgent text messages with Strzok telling Page, we need to open the case we've been waiting on now while Andy is acting. Andy is a reference to then Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, who temporarily took over after Comey. Page replied, we need to lock in redacted in a formal, chargeable way soon. Fox News has learned that during her July deposition, Page declined to clarify the May 9 text. And that same month, in his open public testimony, Strzok also declined to answer questions, but he indicated there is a connection to Mueller's probe.
To get into that would relate to ongoing investigations, which, consistent with the department's policy on ongoing investigations and based on the special counsel equities, I'm not authorized to discuss ongoing investigations.
Okay.
So with Page's admission that there was no evidence of Russian collusion by the time Comey was fired and the special counsel was appointed, 3 congressional sources questioned to Fox News if they're talking about bringing an obstruction case. So the case is obstruction against the president for the firing of Comey, Sandra.
Got it. Catherine Herridge, thank you.
You're welcome.